Hi there, I'm Tori Amos, and I'm really excited actually because I get to do something I've never done before. This is called A Matter of Taste, and I'm choosing videos that have either inspired me or made me laugh or just affected me in some way. I've had the last, I don't know, about 20 years to choose from, so it's quite exciting. I forgot about some. And the first one I want to start with is Pat Benatar, who, for every rock chick that ever lived, has to love her for what she did. I remember being in LA trying to get my hair this big, and this video was quite popular at the time. We would sneak off, and I'd, stop working and get in trouble, and my boss would scream at me because I'd stop playing these feelings and all these crazy songs so I could go watch this video, Love is a Battlefield. I remember hearing this song for the first time, and I was in somebody's basement going through something with some boy, as always at the time. And when I think of The Cure, it always puts me in a romantic place, even if I'm dancing my ass off. I just, I do see pictures when I hear their music. Their videos always kind of made me see their songs in a different way, but never took away from their music. It always expanded their music, which not a lot of bands could do. This is Pictures of You. I used to go grocery shopping at the place where they filmed this. We call this the Rock and Roll Grocery Store in Hollywood. This is where I think they filmed it anyway. And again, this is another band that I remember when they came out and how it shifted everybody, but everybody cocked their head a little and said, they're doing this in a way that nobody else has done before. This grocery store in particular, even if it's not the same one, it's got the, it doesn't matter. It was around the corner if it wasn't. But all the musicians would go grocery shopping at like 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because you got off your gigs and you'd finished your show. And you were buying your brand, your all brand, because even musicians have to do that. And you were getting everything in your little shopping cart. And you go around seeing all these, you think you've gone to like a Halloween party because it was in the rock and roll days. And the whole store was packed with these musicians buying their Fruit Loops. So when they made it here, it just kind of made me think of home. This is Jane's Addiction. I just have to smile when I think of Tina Turner. She embodies woman to me. I look at her, I hear her, and I just have to get 110 degrees inside of my being. She makes me want to put on some high heels and just go dance with the fire gods, She, I know she's over 50, but she's the hottest woman I know. I kind of felt in my 20s when she was making her resurgence that, wow, there is something to strive for that I don't think you can get when you're 20. There's just something that her experience and her knowledge and her has brought her. To me, there's nobody like her. She's the acid queen, she's the goddess, she's delicious. And this is Private Dancer. Mike Lipscomb directed this video, and he's another wonderful director. I've had the opportunity of working with him. When I saw this video, I again began to see how the music doesn't have to be taken away from with videos. Tricky, whose album, well, truly speaks for itself, I think didn't lessen his music with the videos. And this is just one that I felt had magic. Tricky. this is my video. Mike Lipsicum directed this. He was the only director that I called. After I saw the Tricky video, I felt, I think this person understands the hidden in something, the layers. And I called Mike. We hung out for a little while. And as soon as he heard it, he started to really crawl into the space with me where it's about the death of this girl. A part of her had to die, a part of me had to die, that wanted to destroy the other part. So it really became a fight with the soul and the self. And my God, floating like that was the most painful thing I've ever done. But working with him was pretty fantastic. Caught a light sneeze. At the time Guns N' Roses came out, I was in a band called Why Can't Tori Read? And the drummer in that band at the time, Matt Sorum, would say to me, "You gotta check out Guns N' Roses." And I went, all right. So we checked it out. Little did I know that did Matt know that he was going to be in Guns N' Roses in a few years' time after, we broke up and all went our separate ways, and I would take my hairspray out and go back to the piano. But the effect that the energy of Guns N' Roses and Axl had when they first came out, I think people forget what they've become now or where they are, whatever. It always fascinates me how when we talk about bands or artists years down the line and we kind of go, well, I don't know anymore, we forget the impact that they had when they first came on. And I think it's impossible to forget the impact Guns N' Roses had when they first came on the scene and what this video did for rock music. It truly changed what, quote unquote, the hair bands were at the time. They didn't use hairspray. This is Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses. The B-52s held an interesting place, I think, in the States. They were coming out of this really rock and roll post-disco thing, whichever camp you were in. They surged right through. And I remember kids having worn preppy clothes or trying to pick a style, and the B-52s were like nothing else anybody had ever seen. And I remember girls running away from home to go get beehives and do all sorts of things to just be like them. They made me laugh, and they made me want to just make margaritas and take my shoes off. This is Rome from the B-52s. Okay, so we have to get a little 9-inch nails in there. They're always pushing the boundaries, which I think is exciting and so important, especially for America. I mean, we have to kind of love it when anybody pushes boundaries in America. I remember seeing this for the first time, and I just laughed my butt off because I knew what this was going to do. And I still think that there are repercussions from this video today in the States. But that's what exciting artists do. And 9-inch Nails is always trying to push the boundaries. This is closer. I think this is true. I'm not quite sure, but I think it is, that Bruce sang Philadelphia, as you see in the video. They didn't keep the original track, but they had him sing. I've been told this anyway. There are not many artists that would do that. There's a real thing about, the recording. Anything to protect the recording. So it's pretty admirable to know the caliber of artists that you're dealing with when you talk about Bruce Springsteen. He's been up, he's been through so many different incarnations, and there are very few people that I think when we look back will have affected generations like Bruce Springsteen has, singing about AIDS, singing about such a subject that normally heterosexual men have such a problem with and shy away from. I think it was so important that somebody that speaks to many macho men could sing about this. And it was really huge what he did. Amazing. So this is my goodbye. I had fun, actually. I never get to do this. They always just say, go play, you play, sing, eat your food after you play. So it's nice to be able to have a little fun. This is called Horses. It's off Boys for Pele. Some horses to ride on, to ride on. They say that your demons can go there. So I got me some horses to ride on here. As long as you're on me, it keeps find me a sailor, a tailor, and yes, maybe together we'll make mother. Well, I got me some horses to ride on, as long as you're on me, keeps perfectly still. Keeps perfectly still, yes, and keeps perfectly